Hello students, today we'll be discussing push down automata. So just a quick review about the previous topics which we have discussed in the last lecture. We have discussed finite automata, regular languages, context free languages, and we come to know that there are a class of languages for which their finite automata is not possible. And one example we have already is a raised to power n, b raised to power n is greater than equal to 0. For this language we cannot design a finite automata because we all know that there is a memory is limited, bounded memory is there. Actually no memory is there in finite automata, and we actually store certain finite amount of information by placing the automata into one of the finite number of internal states. So that now because this class of language which we call context free languages, we have another type of automata which is push down automata. Push down automata is nothing but it is a finite automata with memory, and the type of memory which we are having is stack. See this in block diagram. We have a control unit, we have this in the finite automata also, we have a input file, and we have a stack. This is addition in the push down automata, right? How this push down automata works is at every move this control unit actually read one symbol from the input file, which input file you all know is read only, and after reading one symbol it moves one step to the right. So in every move this PDA reads one symbol from the input file, and depending on the content on top of the stack, it will changes its state and changes the contents on top of the stack, right? So this is just a simple schematic diagram of push down automata. The only thing is that now we have memory, we do not, and stack, because usual stack operation push and pop we can perform on this stack, and it is supposed to be unbounded, so that we can now design a PDA for languages which requires unbounded memory to remember certain information. For example, again our question is a raised to power n, b raised to power n. See in this case n is bounded. Finite automata is not possible for this, because we not only need to remember that all a's comes before all b's, we also need to remember that how many number of a's has arrived, so that you can count the same number of b has occurred. Okay, so for this language finite automata is not possible, a raised to power n, b raised to power n, but PDA is possible. We'll see how. But now this formal definition of push down automata is a PDA is a machine which is defined by septuple, where Q, capital Q, is finite set of internal state, as in case of finite state automata. This sigma is your alphabet, input alphabet. Tau is stack alphabet, finite set of symbols called stack alphabet. These are the set of all symbols which goes to the stack during the computation, right? And then delta is your transition function. See, you need to understand this, how transition function works in this case, that Q means you are on some state Q, and you get a input symbol from alphabet, and this input symbol can be empty also, okay, and there is something on top of the stack. And then after reading this, that's what I said, that in every move your push down automata, depending on the current state, current input symbol and current symbol on top of the stack, it changes state, and it rewrite or it changes the contents of top of the stack. So you are on a state, you get some input symbol which may be empty also, and you get a symbol on the top of the stack, and it will changes to some state, and it will update the top of the stack. Okay, and then Z naught is a symbol which belongs to stack alphabet, and it actually represents that now this is the initial state of the stack. There is no symbol at all in the stack. On this is the your Z naught. We represent it with Z naught. F is set of final state, and it is a subset of Q. Okay, then see we said that just like in your finite state or finite automata, we represent finite automata using transition function and transition graph. Same is the case with push down automata also. So we take this example, like this is one move of this transition function delta for some arbitrary automata. It says delta means it is a transition function. It says that qi, okay, say this qi is the present state, this qi is the present state of your PDA. This A is the present input symbol on the, this is the present input, present, or you can say current input symbol here. Present state of control unit, present input symbol, and this B is the currently top of the stack. Current symbol, this is current symbol on top of stack. Now by looking at this, these three things, present state, present input symbol, and current symbol on top of the stack, it will change to some state. The new state will be Q. Okay, this is the new state of your PDA, and this is the string which replace this top of the stack. And you need to mark this, that this is the top of the stack symbol or this is the top of the stack symbol. Literature says that this is always the top of the stack, but we'll keep marking that this is the top of the stack, which symbol is on top of the stack. And this is just one rule of your push down automata, and this single rule can be represented with the transition graph. See, we have a state which is Qi, and we have a state Qj. Now Qi to Qj transition occurs. See, for this transition function only, which we have written in this form, you can design the transition graph also. See, I'll try it again. Let's say here. So for this we have Qi, we have a Qi state. Then we have current input symbol is A, so we'll write on the edges. This is the current input symbol. First symbol is the current input symbol, comma, then you write the current symbol on top of the stack. There can be a whole lot of symbol on the stack, but we'll only write the top symbol of the stack. Current input symbol, then current symbol on top of the stack, and then the third is we write the string which replace the current symbol on top of the stack. Let's suppose my rule is that A is inserted onto the stack, then I'll write A B, and top of the symbol is now, top of the stack is now A, right? So, and then our state is Qj. You understand this? So from state Qi, if the current input symbol is A, current symbol on top of the stack is B, then I am going to state Qj and the top of the stack is A, means this is insertion. We have performed a push operation. So if you have you have eliminated this B, then you can write this. So now it becomes that on state Qi, you get an input symbol A, top of the stack is B, you simply remove the top of the stack and you change to stack another state Qj. Okay, so this we can represent transition function or using a transition graph. See, transition graph are easier to understand how your push down automata works, but it is difficult to argument when you want to prove something, that this how some things are implemented, right? So now we'll another thing is which we call instantaneous description. This is all about simple terminologies related to this push down automata. Push down automata is like, we call it ID of a PDA, instantaneous description. Instantaneous description of a PDA, it gives you the snapshot of your push down automata at a given point in time. Right. Let's suppose it has three things. It has the current state. These three things. It has the current state of PDA, current state of PDA, current state of PDA. It has remaining string. It has remaining string. It has, first is this, second is this. It has string on stack. These three things. So instantaneous description of a PDA can be represented with, let's suppose it is Q, and then let's suppose it is Z, let's suppose it is, okay, let's take some Q, X and Y, like this. So this is the present state of your PDA, push down automata. This is the remaining string. See, there can be many symbols in the string, but some of them are processed. Some of them are already processed. So the remaining symbols which are yet to be processed is X, and this is the present string which is currently on the stack. This, and initially in the beginning, let's say there is a string W, any arbitrary string W, and we have a PDA M, okay, whose starting state is Q naught. PDA whose starting state is Q naught. Q naught is the starting state of this PDA, which we represented by M. So for this string W, the initial, when we want to process this, if W belongs to the language accepted by your PDA, then we have something like this, that we start with W. Okay, so initial description initial ID of your push down automata will be that you are on the state Q naught. Okay, the complete string is yet to be processed, complete string W is yet to be processed, and then we input your stack is having only this symbol, start symbol of the stack. This is the initial ID. And then finally, if your W belongs to the language accepted by your PDA, then in a finite number of steps you will reach this, that you will reach some QF, which is the final state. Your input string is exhausted. Okay, or you can represent it with lambda. Input string is exhausted means all the symbols are processed, and then there can be anything on the your stack. Okay, stack X, where this X belongs to tau star. This X can be empty, it is irrelevant. Once all the symbols are processed, the content of the strings becomes irrelevant. Okay, so this symbol represents the connection between the two ID. ID is nothing but it gives the description of your push down automata at a given point in time. Like a machine is running and at some point you switch off the power supply. Then what is the description? What is the current state? How much input is being already processed? And what is the current status of the stack? This is what we mean by instantaneous description of push down automata, right? I remember this push down automata, which we said this is description of definition of a non-deterministic push down automata. Okay. Now, non-deterministic push down automata is more powerful than deterministic version of push down automata. Always remember this. In case of finite state automata, which we have for regular languages, both non-deterministic and deterministic versions are equally powerful. Means for a given language L, if NFA is possible, then DFA is also possible. If DFA is possible, then NFA is also possible. But in case of your PDA, push down automata, non-deterministic version of push down automata is more powerful as compared to the deterministic version of push down automata, right? And this deterministic push down automata actually accepts a class of language, class of context-free language, which we call deterministic context-free language. Okay, and there are language for which we do not have any deterministic finite automata. And one example is, let's say WW, any language of this form, L is equal to WW, where W belongs to A plus B clean closure. Now for this language, no deterministic push down automata is possible. Okay, so because now we are familiar with the all description, basic terminology of push down automata. What push down automata is, what are the components of push down automata? We know that there are input tape, there is a control unit, there is a stack where we can perform usual push and pop operation. And we have non-deterministic version of push down automata, we have deterministic version of push down automata. So let's see how it exactly works, right? So this is one simple example, a raised to power n, b raised to power n, which we are already discussing right from the beginning. And we said that this language, a raised to power n, b raised to power n, is not regular. Means we cannot design a finite automata for this, because this is context-free language. So for context-free language, we have another type of automata which we have already discussed, is push-down automata, right? So now because we have n is unbounded and stack is supposed to be unbounded memory. So that's why for this language we can design a push-down automata. Now we all know that push-down automata is, we can say M is represented by septuple, and these septuples are set of states Q. We have your transition function delta. We have Q naught initial state. We have F, which is set of final states. We have stack alphabet. We have starting stack symbol Z naught, and so. But how actually we are going to design a PDA for this? See, first, before starting any construction of by deciding on states, and then you must understand what the language is. This language says that in valid strings in this language have all A first and then all B's. Okay, n number of A's followed by same number of B's. N number of A followed by n number of B's, and it is their their appearance is also, order is also important. All A first, then all B. Once you get a B, you cannot have A. Okay, so see, my logic is that let's suppose my logic is that once I receive all the A's, I push all the A's onto the stack, right? I push all the A's onto the stack, and then I started receiving B, and then once I get a B from the input file and there is a in the stack, I'll cancel them with each other. Okay, I'll remove one B, one A from the stack, corresponding stack. Now before designing this, let's suppose I have this string A B B. So what I'll do is simply, my logic is, see, there can be any logic, your own logic also to solve this, right? But my logic is, my strategy is that once I get one A or any number of A, I'll simply push them onto the stack. So let's suppose Z0, which is the initial stack symbol, stack start symbol, and then once I get this A, I push it onto the stack, then I get another A, I push it onto the stack. But when I start getting B, so A again push onto the stack, then when I get a B, I'll remove one A, corresponding A, matching A from the stack. So now the top of the stack is this, I get B. So this, after reading one symbol, we know that input, this read pointer is moved by one step towards the right, and then the top element is deleted. This is what my logic. Now the next new top element is this, top of the stack. So next input element is B, input symbol is B. So again we have a B and we have a matching A. So we'll, after doing this, reading this symbol, again this pointer moves one step to the right and this matching A will be deleted. So new stack top is this. Now if this condition arises, the input string is exhausted, all the symbols are processed, and the stack is also empty, right? It means number of A's are equal to number of B, and I can accept this particular string. Okay, if it happens that there's some B is left, right? Let's suppose if there is one more B. Now in this case, this B is matched, this B is matched, but now next B is there in the input and there is no symbol, no A in the stack. So there is no A to match. It simply means that number of B's are more as compared to number of B, and you cannot accept this string. Okay, so my logic is, so I'll say that okay, let's draw the your transition diagram for this PDA. So I'm saying this, that on the Q node state, initially what I am expecting, because n is greater than or equal to 1, so I am expecting at least one A. Okay, the smallest string which belongs to this language is AB. When value of n is equal to 1, then it is AB, otherwise it is AABB, otherwise it is AABBB, and so on. Equal number of A followed by equal number of B's, right? So in this case, I say that once you get one A, remember how we design this transition graph for the push down automata? We say that when you get a symbol A, right, and top of the stack, what is on the top of the stack initially? In the initial beginning, what is the top of the stack? Nothing. Z0 is there. Z0 represents the starting symbol of the stack. If there is nothing in the stack, it means Z0 is there. So A, your first input symbol is A and top of the stack is Z0. Then what we are going to do? We said that we'll push this A onto the stack. Any number of A, I'll push them onto the stack. So I'll go to some state Q1 and comma, so A Z0. You are getting my point. Earlier means this first symbol is A on the initial state Q0. I'll get A and top of the stack is Z0. Then what I am doing is, this is the string after movement, after implementing the first rule. So you, on the input we have A, top of the stack we have Z0. So I am pushing this A Z0, means this is the top of the stack now, A Z0. Now after that you can get any number of A's, because all A's are in sequence. First all A's, then all B's. So at state Q1, any number of A's, but the situation will be that on the stack Input is A. Again, this is the first A. This is the second A or third A or any number of A. If you get A and top of the stack will be A, because if you are on this state, one A has already occurred. Top of the stack is always A. So top of the stack is A. Then what you are doing to do is again push. Now top of the stack is this. Okay. Now this part will push all the A's onto the stack. Right. Any number of A's will be pushed onto the stack. Then after this, there is a point when all A's are exhausted. Then we have a B. Then we have a B. And one B means like this. One B you will get first B. Well, all A's are exhausted and we have one B. After getting the first B, what we are going to do? We are matching the every B with every A onto the stack. Top of the stack is A. In this case, top of the stack is A, input symbol is B. So we'll write it like this. This is the current input symbol. Top of the stack is A. What we are going to do? This A will be removed. Okay, like this. B is the current input symbol. A is the current symbol on the top of the stack. And what we are going? This A is replaced with empty. Means we are performing a pop operation. We are deleting the top element from the stack. Then we are in this state Q2. Now after this is the first B. So first B is matched with 1A. Then there be more number of B's coming. So any number of B is coming, and the top of the stack is A, then we are removing. Because we are matching B with A, we are deleting one symbol from the top of the stack. Right. So finally there is its time will come when there is nothing left in the input string. All B's are exhausted. And this will be the case when the string belongs to the language. This will be the case when the string belongs to the language. So its state will come when there is nothing left onto the input. First symbol is input, current input symbol. And top of the stack is Z node. Now this case will occur only if the number of A is equal to number of B. Equal number of A and B are there. Then the current input string is exhausted, empty, nothing is left. And the current symbol on top of the stack is Z node. Then we'll keep Z node as it is and we go to some final state. Let's suppose this state is Q3. Okay, this state is Q3. So now take any string. If it belongs to this language, then we will reach this final state. If it does not belong to this language, then you does not reach. There are certain combinations which are not mentioned. For example, on state Q naught, if the input symbol is B and the top of the stack is Z node. Now what you are going to do? We have not mentioned in this case. Why? Because this is an invalid move. Any move which is missing, okay, will be treated as a dead configuration, right? Because in this particular case also we are not expecting first symbol as B, because if B is there, A must be preceded by B must be preceded by equal number of A. So in the initial state we are expecting only A's, one or more number of A's. That's why at this input symbol B is not considered. So because it is a non-deterministic finite automata, right? So now we can always check whether this non-deterministic finite PDA, non-deterministic version of PDA accept a given string. Let's suppose any string W is equal to AABB with the help of instantaneous description. This is the purpose of instantaneous description. We can always check whether this W belongs to L of this M. M is this machine. Okay, L is this machine. Whether this string W belongs to this L of M or not. So how we start? We'll start with this. See, initials ID is this. Q naught is the initial state. Your string is AABB. Okay, and top of the stack is Z naught. This is the initial description of your push down automata. This is the current state. This is the current symbol on the under the input read head, and this is the top of the stack. Then after that, what is the rule? See, Q naught input is A, top of the stack is Z naught. Q naught input is A, top is Z naught. You are going to state Q1. Okay, then the remaining string will be, see, this is processed. This first A is already processed. What we are left with A, B, B, and now pointer is this. We said that after reading a symbol from the input file, the pointer moves one step towards the right. So this pointer moves to this. This symbol is already processed. And what is on the stack? Stack is, because earlier we have only Z node, that is the top of the stack. Now we have A pushed onto the stack. So we have, it is A Z node. This is the top of the stack. Okay. Then next ID is, next ID I am writing here. Instead of this, I am writing here. Next ID, now we have Q1, input is A and top of the stack is A. Q1, input is A, top of the stack is A. What you are going to do? Again push. Okay. And state is same. So again it is Q1. So after reading this to A, pointer is at this. Okay. You can remove these also. So B, B, pointer is this B. And on the stack, after reading this, we have 2A, A, Z, node. Right. After that, Q1 input is B, top of the stack is A. Q1 input is B, top of the stack is A. You are removing this A from top of the stack and state is Q2. So state is Q2 and this B is, this is the current symbol now, and 1A is removed. 1A is removed. This A is removed because this empty, and after that you are on state Q2. You are on state Q2. You will get B. So what is the configuration? You will get B. You stay on Q2. B is removed, so it is empty or exhausted. Input string is exhausted, and then this A is deleted. A is deleted. Then after that you are on state Q2. Input is your, you can represent it with this. Q2 input is exhausted. Top of the stack is Z node. Q2 input is exhausted. Top of the stack is Z node. So we'll go to Q3. Input is exhausted and we have Z node. So Q3 is a final state. No more symbol is left in the input. So we'll stop. And the state which you are ending with is a final state. Hence we are saying that A, B, B belongs to this. Though this string is accepted by this PDA, and it must be because we have designed this for A raised to power n, B raised to power n, right?